2 months from bankruptcy. That's where Naz and Qazi were back in September 2024. Their bank accounts nearly drained, their startup dreams nearly dead. But here's the thing, I spent the last 3 weeks dissecting exactly how they went from broke YouTubers who were absolutely burnt out from making content to building a $400,000 per month AI tool that's absolutely revolutionizing how creators are making content. And by the end of this video, you're gonna know the exact 3-step framework that they use to turn their biggest weaknesses into their greatest strength. Even if you've never built a SaaS before, even if you think AI is too complicated, and even if you're starting with $0, this breakdown will show you how 2 guys who were literally about to give up, built something that now serves over 5,000 creators and generates nearly $500,000 every single month. Because what they discovered about founder product fit versus product market fit is going to completely change the way that you think about building your next business. Let's dive into it. Picture this. You've achieved what millions of creators dream of. 1 million subscribers on YouTube. You should be celebrating, right? Wrong. Naz and Qazi were absolutely miserable. We absolutely hated running it, Naz said. Think about that for a second. They built exactly what everyone said they should want, and it was making them miserable every single day. So in 2024, they made the most insane decision you can imagine. They quit everything, broke up with their girlfriends, moved to San Francisco with nothing but a dream of building a SaaS that they would actually use every single day. But here's where it gets brutal. For 6 months straight, they tried building multiple tools. Every single one failed. Their savings evaporated, their confidence shattered. By September 2024, they were staring at bankruptcy. With empty wallets and 2 months from bankruptcy, most people would have given up, moved back home, and maybe tried to restart their YouTube channel. But that's when Qazi had the idea that would change everything. And this is where it gets really crazy. Founders Naz and Qazi said they hated using ChatGPT because it felt linear and restricted, but they loved whiteboard tools like Miro and Whimsical. What if they could combine both? What if you could have the power of AI but with the visual, collaborative freedom of a whiteboard? And that's where Poppy AI was born. Now here's what everyone gets wrong about startup ideas. Most people think you need to have some revolutionary, never done before concept. But Naz and Qazi discovered something way more powerful. They built something that they desperately wanted to use themselves. This is what they call founder fit versus product market fit. Instead of guessing what customers might want, they built exactly what they knew they needed. No market research, no surveys, no focus groups, just 2 frustrated creators solving their own problem. But building it was only half the battle because what happened next almost killed the company before it even started. They tried everything. YouTube videos that got 0 traction, webinars for content creators that nobody attended. They even tried selling on the street, literally walking up to people with their laptops showing the product. Can you imagine 2 guys with a 1 million subscriber YouTube channel reduced to cold approaching strangers on the sidewalks? For 3 months, they were selling maybe 1 to 2 subscriptions per week. That burn rate was absolutely killing them, and the bankruptcy countdown was ticking. But here's the part that will blow your mind. They were making a critical mistake that 99% of startups make. They were selling to the wrong audience entirely. You see, they thought their product was for business professionals, for teams, for corporate clients. They were trying to compete with established players in a crowded market. Then everything changed with 1 single piece of content. The next thing you know, a well-known TikTok influencer makes a post about their platform Poppy AI. Not a sponsored post, not a paid promotion, just a genuine review of how the tool helped him create viral content. The video absolutely exploded. And in the next 10 days, something incredible happened. $100,000 in revenue in 10 days from 1 organic TikTok. But here's what's even more insane. This taught them the most valuable lesson about modern business growth. They discovered that short-form content is where people learn about products, but YouTube is where people actually buy them. Think about your own behavior. You discover cool stuff on TikTok and Instagram, but when you're ready to go make a serious purchase decision, where do you go? YouTube. You want the deep dive, the full explanation, and proof that it actually works. This revelation completely changed their strategy, and it's about to change yours too. Instead of trying to be everything to everyone, they doubled down on what worked. Creators making content about their product. But they didn't just hope for more viral moments, they systemized it. They built an affiliate program that actually pays. 1 creator made $40,000 in a single month. Another consistently pulls in $10,000 monthly. These aren't fake testimonials, these are real people building real businesses around Poppy AI. But here's the genius part. 30% of the revenue now comes from referrals. Their customers are so obsessed with their product that they now become their biggest advocates. And this is where they did something that nobody else in the SaaS world is really doing. They built a SaaS with a community. Their customers get invited to a Telegram group, they do one-on-one onboarding calls with everybody, weekly community calls, and even product updates based on direct customer feedback. During their biggest growth surge, Naz and Qazi were doing about 30 onboarding calls per day for 2 weeks straight. 30 calls every single day. Most founders would hire someone to do this, but they knew something that others didn't. Those 2 weeks of direct consumer contact taught them more about the market than any consultant or any research firm could. Their customers became their direct product development team, their marketing department, and their biggest fans all at once. Now here's where they broke every single rule in the startup playbook. While everyone else was racing to the bottom with $10 monthly plans and free trials, Naz and Qazi went the opposite direction. They call it the Tesla route. Price your product as expensive as possible first so you can sell cheaper products later. This is completely backwards from conventional wisdom, but it worked. Higher prices meant better customers. People who pay more money are typically a little bit more invested in success. They give better feedback, they stick around longer, and they refer more people. But the biggest lesson? Build something that you yourself would use every single day. Not what you think the market wants, not what the competitors are doing, but what you desperately need. When you build for yourself, you don't have to guess about the features. You don't have to guess about the pain points. You know exactly what needs to be fixed because you're living with that problem every single day. And here's the final contrarian insight. Scaling through others is easier than scaling through yourself. Instead of trying to be the face of everything, they empowered their community to become their growth engine. Okay. So here's exactly how you can apply this to your own business starting today. Step 1, the founder fit test. Before you build anything, ask yourself, would I pay for this solution right now? Not might I use it someday or it seems like a good idea, but literally would you pull out your credit card and pay for that today? Step 2, the wrong audience pivot. If your first audience doesn't work, don't give up on the product. Pivot the audience. Poppy failed with the business professionals, but exploded with creators. Same product, different people, different audience. Step 3, the community first growth. Don't just build a product, build a movement. Make your customers feel like insiders, like they're part of building something special. Give them reasons to talk to you beyond just the product features. You can start implementing this framework today. Just pick one problem that you face every week, do a little research, see if other people are facing the same problem. From there, you're gonna go ahead and build the simplest possible solution. After that, you'll find your first 10 customers and get obsessively close to them. Today, Poppy AI serves over 5,000 creators and generates $400,000 per month. But Naz and Qazi aren't stopping there. Their goal, $1 billion valuation. And honestly, after studying their strategy, I think there's a chance they could pull it off because they've cracked the code to something that most startups have never figured out: how to build a product people actually love, not just tolerate. Before you go, if you're serious about building your own startup, hit the subscribe button. I'm documenting my entire journey of building companies publicly, and you're gonna be getting a front row access to every lesson, every mistake, and every breakthrough. Remember, Naz and Qazi were 2 months from bankruptcy. Today, they're building towards $1 billion company. Your breakthrough might be closer than you think. The question is, are you gonna build something that you actually want to use, or are you gonna keep guessing at what other people might want? The choice is yours, but I'll see you in the next video.